everyone. Welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So we had a little bit of a technical issue with this episode. We've already done it, but it didn't record. So we're going to kind of come back and give you a highlights of what we did. So we're back to doing our tobacco reviews, which is something that we love. We love doing that. And there's been a few new tobaccos that came out on the market, and so we wanted to share our thoughts with that. And we're going to do today the new Pesse Canoe Oriental Flake. Now this is made by a company in Turkey called Gladora, and basically what they've done is Gladora has partnered with the Turkish government. Turkish government grows the leaf, sells it to Gladora, and they process it and make the blends. And so we're going to kind of give you a little bit of our thoughts on this one. But first, I wanted to read. I have to do this on my computer because I can't really see. I'm getting old. The tin description, which really is kind of cool. It kind of comes in this rectangular tin, similar to maybe the Gowith products.
Yeah, their tins are a little bit bigger. This one's a little bit smaller.
But the only problem with this is that it doesn't seal very well. So once you open it up, you're probably going to want to transfer it over into a mason jar or something like that. But it says on the tin, the blend of Virginia and Oriental leaves from Turkey offers a sweet floral aroma with hints of figs and raisins. In the second half, floral and spicy notes from the Oriental leaves emerge, creating a balanced and unique tobacco experience. All right, so basically, like I said, this is categorized as an Oriental. It's got Oriental Turkishes and Virginias in it. Has topping on it. We're not sure whether it's a fig or a raisin or a plum or maybe a combination of those. It is a flake. It comes in 50-gram tins. The strength on this one's a moderate. The flavoring on this is probably medium.
Yeah.
And the taste on this is also a medium. So let's go ahead and talk about the tin note on this one, Nathan. What did you think about this one?
Yeah, when we first opened that tin, I mean, it was just floral, sweet flavors coming right out of the tin note. I mean, it does not smell like an Oriental at all.
Yeah, I actually didn't get any floral smells from it at all. It is 100% whatever topping they've used.
Yeah.
And maybe a slight chemical kind of smell in there as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the flakes are constructed really well. They look. Boy, let's get this damn thing open. Did you close this?
Yeah.
Golly. They look really nice. Great construction. It's,
solid.
Got some nice dark tobaccos in here, but moisture on this is
pretty set,
ready to go. I mean, it's ready to smoke.
Yeah.
But just the smell of it is just all topping to me.
It's just, I mean, it's a grape raisin kind of scent to me. I mean, I get that floral notes coming through. It is just, it smells like an aromatic. It doesn't smell like an Oriental.
Yeah, and I wish that more of that tobacco essence would come through. So when we got to the taste, basically all I got was the topping.
That's it. What you smell in the tin, that's what you got in the taste. That's what we had a problem with, is even when it said it broke down into in the second half, the spiciness comes through of the Orientals. The only bit that is reminiscent of a spicy Oriental was the slight numbness I got on the tip of my tongue and in my gums. That was about it. What that could have been,
See, I think that's the chemical. Yeah, I think that's whatever the chemical preservative
or the treating process
that they put in it.
Yeah.
To me, it had absolutely no tobacco essence at all. This is a straight aromatic. And that's what's disappointing for me, is that if I'm buying an Oriental blend, I want to taste some of those Orientals.
Yeah.
And not just topping.
Yeah. To me, it was aromatic completely. I have to agree. Now, we disagreed with what we thought in the category of whether it was good or bad when it came to the flavors, because I was going through the rest of the smoke as I'm not going to get the Oriental, so I'm going to treat this as an arrow and just keep smoking it that way. I didn't get any heat in my briar pipe. You were getting a lot of heat in yours.
As I was pushing it, yeah, and it's starting to burn my tongue a little bit.
I had no dawdle, so I will say that the quality of the tobaccos in there were favorable to me. I really enjoyed the way it smoked, even though it was an arrow, even though it's smoking tastes like an arrow and smells like an arrow, and the room note is an aromatic, not an Oriental. I thought the quality of tobaccos was really well done.
Well, and one of the positives of this is that it is consistent. Whatever it tastes like at the beginning, you're getting all the way through. But just for me, absolutely no tobacco tastes at all.
No.
Just all toppings.
No. And that room note, you know, to me, it was just the 10 note times 100 now. That's all it was. You just put the smell from here through the smoke out into the room. There was no tobacco coming through. It was an incredibly pleasant room note. It's almost like incense or a potpourri or something like that. Yeah. There is just fruity, flowery sweetness in the air. That's all it is.
And that's a plus for it. I mean, it does have a good room note. I have to admit that. Now, I'm going to say that, you know, these are tobaccos that are sourced from Turkey. I saw this blend become available through Laudisi, and I thought, you know, what a great opportunity for us to get
try Turkish.
Yeah, some real Turkish leaf and
made in Turkey kind of stuff.
And get a taste for that. And unfortunately, the
first row, first go.
Yeah, we'll see when we get to the Latakia blends. But for this one, I couldn't tell you what the tobaccos taste like. For all the topping that was used. Now, like I said, this comes in 50-gram tins. You can get it on smoking pipes for $15.09 a tin. That breaks down to about $8.57 per ounce. For an aromatic, that's kind of expensive to me.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. That's up to you. Now, if you're an Oriental smoker, you're not going to like, I don't think you're going to like this at all.
You're not.
Now, if you're an aromatic smoker, you may enjoy this.
Yeah. This, to me, I'm not an aromatic smoker, but I won't pass up a decent aromatic if they meet the certain qualities. You know, don't burn hot, not a lot of dawdle, consistent flavor. I don't want to just smoke heat on my tongue and just taste heat.
Yeah.
This one delivered that. Now, I'm not overly pleased with this iteration of it because it sells itself as an Oriental, not as an aromatic. If they just changed the name, I think it would have left me with a better mindset on the smoke.
And we had mentioned maybe they were trying to cover up for something.
Yeah, because they're having to buy
out with the blend. Or something.
Because the growers are working for the government. The government pays out the workers, and then companies. There's no straight communication from the blender to the farmer of the quality of tobaccos, where they can't communicate with each other. So the government likes to simplify a process. So what they probably did was just cut all that year's batch, blend it up with last year's batch that didn't sell, and rotate it out maybe or something like that.
Who knows?
There's a middleman involved in the process of making this for their country, and they could have just used a lot of chemicals and toppings just to cover up some of the badness if there was badness.
Yeah. So for me, this is not something I'd rebuy. I don't know about you, but if you now summer smoke, yeah,
it's fantastic.
Is it a all day smoke?
No, I couldn't keep my.
For an aromatic smoker, it might be.
Yeah, I couldn't deal with having that numbness or that chemical taste on my mouth every day. I feel like I could have it after breakfast if I'm not having lunch, or after lunch or something. I couldn't have it all day because I feel like it would destroy the taste of a meal.
Yeah. For me, of course, I wouldn't smoke this hardly any at all.
Yeah.
But a person could smoke this all day if they were used to smoking arrows like this.
I think so too. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to give it a low rating. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, and I agreed with you in the idea that it is an Oriental flake with Orientals and Virginias in there. I don't taste Virginias. I don't taste Orientals, and it's just not. It's an aromatic, and so it falls way short. I agreed with you at a 2.5 was going to be my highest rating, but if it were to change its name, I feel like it would have been a solid 3 as an aromatic. It just the price is too high for an aromatic blend. There are others that we compared it to, like some of the Lane aromatics that
And
came
the old
across.
Sutliff stuff.
And some of the, well, you know, it just didn't compare with those that were readily available and easy to get, you know, and cheaper.
Well, if you've smoked this, please go down to our comments and tell us what you think, and share that with others, because, you know, this is just our opinion. So, you know, that it doesn't mean much. To really understand it, you're going to have to try it yourself. But I can tell you this: this is not one I'm going to return to.
This is do not buy this if you're an Oriental fan and you want to try every Oriental in the world. This is not one.
Yeah, this is strictly an aromatic.
I think they put the wrong tobacco in the tin. Maybe.
No, but I can tell you this: that if it does have a significant amount of Orientals in it, you can't tell.
No.
And if you know you're looking for that Oriental flavor, why waste your money on an aromatic? You know, so
yep,
you know that's just
very fair point.
That's just our thoughts. Okay, guys, well that's what we got for you this week. I bought a lot of tobacco, so we're gonna share our thoughts on several tobaccos between now and the end of the summer.
Yeah.
So you know, you can look forward to those. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you've got anything you want us to review. We'd be glad to take a look at that and see if we can get some.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed this. Have a great week. Don't forget.
Make all your piping moments count.
We'll see you next time. Have a great one.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.